All right, guys, how to make people love talking to you. On this channel, I've been talking about, how to have better conversations, some tips on how to be a better conversationalist. But the reality is, it really doesn't even start with you being a good conversationalist. It starts with you making them feel good. It starts with you making them feel good. You could be the worst conversationalist on the planet and be able to have good conversations and get people to like you and leave a lasting impression on someone if you do these few things that I'm going to share with you right now. So number one, I want to make them feel good about themselves. I want to make them feel accepted. I want to make them feel like they are valued during the conversation, okay? So if we think about all the issues that we have when we're going to go have a conversation, and in my previous video that just dropped on Friday, you would have seen that. Inside, I have this desire to be accepted by the group. So when I go talk to a new person, I'm concerned about, do they accept me? Am I going to be valued? Okay, so that's a core human thing. I want to belong to the group. All right, well, you have to understand, the person you're talking to has that same feeling because they're also a human being. So all you would need to do is make sure when you're having a conversation with somebody that you make them feel like they have value, like they are heard, like they are accepted. They are valuable and interesting. You are hearing them, and they are accepted. They are accepted emotionally. Okay, so when you go out and you chat with somebody, you just have to go up and say, hey, how's your day going? Okay, so let's just say, hey, how's your day going? Oh, it's pretty crappy, work sucked. Interesting, what do you do for a living? Okay. Oh, I'm an accountant. Yeah, that blows or whatever. And then we go into, what would you rather be doing? We want to be able to get to a point where that person is sharing something about them at like a core desire. Okay, so, oh man, I'd rather be building my model train set or something. Really, model trains? So a good one, when you're really showing interest in someone, really, model trains, I used to play with those growing up as a kid. I always liked going to here and seeing the full setup at the expo center or whatever it is, okay? So that phrase, really, in a sense of, wow, that like really... Like, wow, that's so cool you said that. I almost can't believe you like that thing. Because I'm interested in that thing. So, wow, really? Really? That's pretty cool. Okay? So, people will love talking to you when you show interest in them. And this comes right out of How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is the one in the digital age. This is the new one. I have both books. But when we show interest in them, it's not about you being able to say the best thing or having the best conversation. We need to take our eyes off ourselves. The more the focus is on me having to be a good conversationalist, the less they want to talk to me. They want to love talking to me when I let them be narcissistic. All humans have a level of narcissism, not narcissistic personality disorder. This is narcissism in the sense of self-love. And basically what's happening here is when I first let that person be able to express themselves and I'm interested in them. I'm literally just saying you can be narcissistic with me. And that makes them feel good. Like, wow, this and what's happening is when I'm active listening with them, so if I'm facing them, I'm making eye contact, I'm asking questions that are follow up and getting to deeper roots about that thing that they're talking about. So model trains, wow. I actually built a model train with my grandfather. Is that how you got started in that? And then they'll go on a story. So you want to connect a story. So let them tell stories like, oh yeah, when I was a little kid, I saw this train in the window of a shop, and it really intrigued me. And I asked my dad, can we look at that? And my dad bought me my first train. And then so you go in there, and it's like, man, what was the coolest train that you had ever owned? What was the coolest track that you ever built? So now we're asking like questions about that thing. So we are continuously asking about the thing that they want to share with us because they're interested in it. You're showing interest by asking follow-up questions, and you're active listening and looking for another question to ask that person to know more about that thing from a genuine perspective. We're not puppeting a conversation. We're not manipulating them. We are just, I want you to enjoy getting to know somebody completely. If you say, man, I enjoy getting to know people from that heart posture, so to speak, you're going to go and you're going to be able to ask those questions like, wow, that's, really interesting. And we can ask so many deep questions when we're like focused in, like, okay, that was so interesting. Have you considered this? And then now I get an idea in my head. So he was just sharing, yeah, man, I made a mountain train set where it goes through we cut a hole in this mountain, and now it goes through in a tunnel. It's like, wow, have you ever considered having it like go over water? And so now you see what I'm doing here? I don't have to be a good conversationalist. It's not about me doing the right thing. All I'm doing is asking questions to get them excited about telling me something that I'm excited about listening to. Okay, so that's kind of points 1 and 2. They want somebody to be interested in them, and they want to be heard. So the more I'm displaying that I'm listening and I'm now asking follow-up questions, one of the things that I really like to do is called parroting or paraphrasing. When somebody says something, you're going to want to say that thing back to them. You're going to want to say that thing back to them and paraphrase it, maybe in a slightly different way, and then ask a question. So, basically, oh yeah, so I went to that store. My dad bought me this because I saw it in the window. Then you say, okay, yeah, it sounds okay. So you went to that store. Your dad bought that train for you. So now I'm paraphrasing what I just heard. Hey, okay, so you went to the store. You saw it in the window, and you asked your dad to buy it for you. What do you think would have happened if he would have said, no, I can't buy that for you? Do you think you'd still be as passionate about trains? Okay, so this is a live video. I have no editing. So this fake scenario that I'm coming up in my head, I'm coming up with it live for you guys watching. So that question was something that I would have probably asked somebody. Not because I have these pre-programmed questions, but because I'm interested, and that sounded like something that I would want to ask that person. All right, and the third thing is really emotional safety. I want to make them feel safe and not judged, and I want to make them feel safe and accepted opening up to me. Safe and accepted opening up to me. All right? So, and it really just comes to this. I mean, if you guys are, have you ever heard of the golden rule? Treat others how you want to be treated. So this is there should be no all we're doing here is treating others how we want to be treated. So we love it as little narcissists to talk about ourselves. We love when someone wants to listen to us, and we love when and we have a need to be included in the group, to feel safe and to feel accepted. To feel safe and accepted. So I want you to think about that. The golden rule, treat others how you would like to be treated, is that golden rule. I think it comes out of the Bible. And that's all we're doing, okay? You know that when you have a conversation, it does not feel good when you say something and they judge you. When you say something that you're interested and passionate and they say that's stupid, does that make you feel good? Does that make you love talking to them? No, it does not. When you are sharing something with somebody and they're like on their phone, like, oh yeah, really? Trains? Gay? Or whatever it is, whatever they're saying, and that was a joke, by the way. So whatever they're saying, if they're not paying attention to you and they're not accepting you, does that make you feel good? No, it does not. So it's just like you're doing what you would want somebody else to do to you. Okay? So that's all it comes down to. If you want to be accepted, I'm losing my train of thought here, okay? It's a little late at night, I'm making this video, all right? So you want to feel accepted. So does that person. How do you make them feel accepted? You show them your attention. You ask them questions to further, you ask them questions with excitement to further dive into that topic that they're sharing about. And you make them feel accepted emotionally and not judged for that. Hey, they don't have to be authentic with you. They don't have to have a genuine human connection with you. They don't have to wear their heart on their sleeve and share what they truly are about. It is a gift and a blessing that they are sharing that with you, so you might as well do them a favor and not judge them and go around and turn back and say, yeah, that guy was really stupid. His train obsession was retarded. You do not want to be that kind of person. If you're that kind of person, people aren't going to love talking to you because they know that you're going to judge them. You need to get something figured out where you're not having a prideful spirit, so to speak, and judging them for their authenticity. So that's an issue with you. Maybe you are struggling with that. But when you humble yourself and count them as more important than you and listen to what they have to say and focus your attention on them and allow them to be themselves without judgment, emotional safety, you'll be the best conversationalist in the room, and you don't even have to say anything other than a few questions. And you know what? While they're doing that, what's happening here is we're just getting into the flow of the conversation. They may turn around and say, what are you really into? And because you did the thing, because you provided a good environment for them to share narcissistically, and that's the word I'm using, about themselves, now they may return the favor, law of reciprocity, and now say, what are you really passionate about? And then it's your turn to be the narcissist. And they're going to be the one listening to you. narcissist, so to speak. That's the term I'm using. I'm not talking about having narcissistic personality disorder. I'm talking about I love talking about myself. Human experience, okay? You let them talk about themselves. Now they may switch the conversation to you, and you can share. And guess what? You don't have to be good at conversations, because they now asked you a question, and all you're doing is answering the question honestly and with enthusiasm. If you thought this video was good and enjoyable, hit that subscribe button. Even with some of the mistakes I made, because this is a one-cut video, no editing, even with some of the mistakes I made that I'm leaving on here to show that I'm a real human being, hit that like button if you found it enjoyable. And one of the great ways to connect with someone and start a conversation with somebody that you care about is by sharing videos with them. I do it all the time. If I see a cool YouTube video or whatever, I send it with my friends and maybe we talk about it. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Have a wonderful day. You're watching Better Relationships with Nick. I'm teaching you how to have better conversations right now. Have a wonderful night, everybody.